Sean Leonard. Sean is the CEO of Active Demand, responsible for
Hello.
acquisition. Hi, Sean. So tell us what Active Demand can do for us.
Excellent. Yeah. So yeah, active demand. It's infrastructure for agencies for scaling. But I'll tell you a little bit of a story first before I get into the details of active demand. Let me just share my screen here. So we as I'm not sure if you can see my screen right now. Yes, it looks like I can. Excellent. So we as a company actually started as a marketing agency. And what we found was, as we got to a certain point in our evolution as an agency, where if we added one more client, it would start impacting our margins. So really what we had to do is make a choice. Do we right size? In other words, this is how big we need to be and really focus on the margins, or focus on solving the scalable growth problem? And we made the choice to look at how do we grow profitably. And so there's lots of different ways to do this, and the choice we made was to focus on a vertical, right? And so really the idea being is that we'd create recipes, we would understand the domain, we'd be able to sell into the domain, and basically get economies of scale. And this worked very well for a short period of time, but we found that we got to, again, we weren't getting the true economies of scale that we felt we should be getting, right? We had, a lot of stuff that was basically labor, right? There was still this whole concept of labor that was bogging us down, so to speak. Task switching, administrivia, this type of stuff. And when we're looking at this concept of labor, the one thing that we realized was nobody was coming to us to buy labor. They were coming to us to buy results, right? So here we are selling labor. We're focusing on utilization, billable rates, all of the stuff that services companies operate on. And for us, again, our clients weren't buying labor, they were buying results. So we needed to find a way to abstract the labor out of the process. So hence this word automation. Right? And automation doesn't actually have its roots in sales and marketing. It actually has its roots in manufacturing, right? And where it actually transformed the role of people from laborers to information workers, and brawn to brains. And this is exactly what we were thinking about for our agency. To scale, we needed to transform the way we operated so that, again, we could abstract labor and focus on results. So we as a agency, like many agencies, built our tech stack, ad hoc, right? We end up with a collection of tools that we were using to do our job. Now, the problem with this picture for us as an agency was not the tools. The tools are all good. The problem with this picture was what was missing. And what was missing was the prospect. Little pieces of the prospect are spread out amongst all the different tools. So it was very difficult for us to understand what was working and what was not. And there was no visibility into the buyer journey. And then from an operations perspective, trying to scale this across a fleet of clients, well, you can see why we're a labor shop. So what we did is we started writing software, and we wrote software in-house as infrastructure to solve two problems. Problem number one, capture the buyer journey. So from first touch on the website all the way through to purchase, cross-sell, upsell, and brand advocacy. If we could capture this journey, we could intelligently use tools to accelerate it. So we built out a tracking system, and on top of the tracking system, we built out a tool set for accelerating the journey. We built out a full social engagement stack, full email marketing stack, landing pages, and of course, in the concept of automation, workflows, lead processing, call tracking. Definitely one of the hottest leads we could ever generate for one of our clients is if we could get them to phone us. And definitely dashboards and reports was if we could get our clients to engage with the results on their own time and see our brand, it would maintain this connection between what we were doing and the value we were delivering. The second problem we were trying to solve was the reuse of labor across a fleet of clients. So when we brought on a new client, it was very similar to one of the previous clients we had. So why does it take us 2 months to get this client up and running? And all of that time is of zero value to the client. So we needed a way to sign up a client, onboard the client in 30 minutes, and start delivering results the same day. So we did that. So long story short is we built out an infrastructure where we could literally execute, stop selling tools, stop selling labor, and focus on scaling our agency by selling results. So now we're a software company, and we sell a full stack marketing automation platform as infrastructure that the agency uses and doesn't have to sell. So with that, I'll just give you a quick survey of what it looks like in real life. So this is an example. We used to do a lot of webinars as an example. So a webinar for us involved in doing a lot of promotion. Maybe we're doing social media posting, which is again made for the platform. We'll drive people to a landing page, and once they sign up at the landing page, we'll try to upsell them to something else. And for our case, it would be maybe a trial account or something like that. And so this is our funnel view where you can see literally the buyer journey and which of the channels are driving the most traffic. So with this, we would, use a calendar campaign to try to get people to register, drive them towards some landing pages so that they'd actually register for the webinar. And then it's a case we need them to attend. So we would have a full workflow that would remind the people of which webinar that they signed up for and that they needed to attend. So what you're seeing here is classic automation. But here's what you're seeing is what we call funnel automation, and it's a new way of reporting. So speaking of reporting, one of the most important parts of our platform is really our dashboard tool. Because really, if we could create a dashboard for a client that they will want to engage with, and of course see our brand, our platform is completely white labeled, it would maintain this connection between the work we're doing as an agency and of course the value we're delivering. So the dashboard is the only part of the platform unique to the person who logs in. This is my dashboard. Other people have their own dashboards. You can build them, save them, share them, assign them. And to build them, we have full access to everything in Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Facebook ads, connections to the social platforms, but more importantly, the data that we track natively. So there's a rich palette of tools to build the right dashboard for a client constituent. And as you're seeing here, the closer you get to an individual, the more data we have, because we're literally tracking everything the prospects are doing, whether they're phoning, engaging with emails, chatting, any of this type of stuff. We're tracking it, and of course able to present it on a dashboard. All social media scheduling, all emails. Again, this is stuff that you're doing, providing for your client. So it's a case that calendar of events, the posts that you're scheduling, SEO tools. And again, back to this funnel, when you're creating campaigns for clients, selling them and selling the initiatives to their clients is a big part of it. And reporting on it, literally the funnel is embedded directly in the dashboard. Now, back to this campaign here, speaking of automation and the reuse of labor, this here campaign, all the landing pages, all the emails, all the social content, the communications on Slack, all of this, clearly it's a lot of labor. But what's different from one webinar to the next? It's who's presenting, the date and time, the topic. So really, we abstract it all into this variable table. So literally, when we are doing a big initiative like this, it takes about 5 minutes because we deploy the campaign, choose the date and time, fill out the variables, and literally all the landing pages, all the emails, also all the social content, it's all automatically deployed. So at the end of the day, it's about the reuse of labor, right? And the actual platform is white labeled. So the agency, there's no evidence of active demand anywhere on the platform. And there is no requirement for agencies to sell software. They use it as infrastructure to rapidly onboard clients, to give them dashboards, CRM, literally the entire stack, and it's branded with the agency brand, and it's part of your retainer package. So again, it's not something that you're selling; it's something that you're using to execute. We've had
Beautiful.
clients that have, yeah, agencies that have like thousands of clients on the platform, 1,000 clients literally on the platform, and the way they're able to do it is rapidly deploy. So
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for giving us a whistle stop tour of the platform. And we're going to actually, I think, reconsider our marketing stack when it comes to doing webinars and more events. So thank you so much for coming on the show, Sean.